Hello, Internet. I've been thinking a lot about relationships lately and keeping people in your life and making new friendships and making new relationships with people. And I've noticed a shift in the way I approach that, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So basically, there's two different ways that you can, you know, interact with people in that way. And you don't have to pick one or the other, but you can either attract people or you can repel people. I guess there's a neutral in there somewhere, but it's a sliding scale to some degree, or at least like a percentage of both. And for a long time in my life, I really hated people. I was very misanthropic. I really felt like humans were horrible and that we were destroying the earth and we were destroying ourselves, which that is true, but I feel a lot better about people in general and humans. I really feel like everyone's just doing their best. Even the horrible people are mostly doing their best. Um, but I used to really repel people where I felt like if somebody believes this, then I'm going to repel them out of my life. I don't even want them to talk to me. I don't want them to even consider having an interaction with me. And I would use like sort of things I didn't agree with as a way to keep people away from me, basically. And I would do this in very unhealthy ways by just like rambling on my Instagram story. And the only people that follow me on Instagram are people that I know in real life. So I'm like, what is that really doing besides just making people that know me think less of me in that way? But, I was also dealing with lots of mental health issues at the time. And I always just felt like I want to keep people away from me. I always was thinking of keeping people away. And I think partially from getting older and partially from working at home and being mostly alone for most of the day since the pandemic, I don't really see a lot of people on a daily basis besides like neighbors and people I see around town when I'm just walking around. I really only see my partner, and she's gone all day. She leaves in the morning and comes home at night because she's working. Um, so I think because of my little interaction with people, I'm like craving human interaction more than ever. So the shift I was talking about is now I really try to focus on attracting people into my life instead of repelling people away from me or repelling them from my life. And I think people can do this in a way that is manipulative. Like you can be very like specific about your actions in a way that, can attract a certain type of person to you so that you can, whatever, manipulate. But the way that I'm thinking about it is I'm just being my absolute self to the best of my ability. And the only people that are going to be interested in wanting to be a part of my life are people that accept me as I am. Because a lot of times in the past, and I still do this, I'm working on it. Everyone's working, If you're not dead, you're still trying. It's still possible. I always say that to some degree. But I really feel like there were so many times in my life where I would deaden myself to appease people. And I would be like, this is the more socially acceptable way to deal with this. So I'm going to like kind of soften my personality so that I can be more appealing. Or that's what I thought. But most people don't really care, Like, if somebody doesn't like you, they're just not going to like you, and that's it. Or if somebody likes you, they're going to like you, and that's it. So it's like, I don't really feel the need to appease people in that way anymore. And I've gotten very good at repelling energy. So if somebody's really trying to like, when someone's just like, they're not actively like trying to fuck with you, but they're like subtly trying to fuck with you and like bother you or like they're just saying weird shit in a social setting. I've gotten very good at just like putting up my shield and just reflecting that right. It just bounces off of me. And it's really funny, like being in that situation and being like, I'm not going to give you anything right now. Like it's kind of similar to when someone will come up to you and just be like, oh, what a day I had. And then they're kind of like waiting for you to ask about their day. Like the best thing is just to be like, and just not respond, you know? So it's kind of similar where it's like someone's trying to get under your skin. They're trying to get you to crack in some way. They're trying to pierce your outside in some way to get in there. And to just give them nothing is like one of the best feelings ever. Because this is coming from a place of self-preservation. Part of the reason why I don't feel the need to like repel is because that takes energy. It takes energy to like force people away from you. To be like that's what it feels like, you know? I'm like, you all go away, you all go away. And then I don't have as much energy for myself, you know? And I need to conserve as much energy as I can for myself because it takes a lot of energy for me to just get through my day bare minimum. So the less energy I have to give to dumb shit, the more energy I have to do the things I want. And that's something that's very important to me now, is conserving my energy. So that's where the source of this change has come from, is like, I want to conserve my energy. So I'm not going to give you my energy unless I feel like it's worth giving to you. And I really try to preserve that energy for people that matter in my life, you know? Because it's hard to maintain relationships with people. It really is, you know? Like, a lot of the closest people in my life I don't talk to that often. And that's partially because of me. That's partially because I don't reach out to them either. But it's like, it doesn't mean we're having a rough patch or something. It's just, it's difficult in the modern era when people are living all over the place. I mean, for me personally, I know people all over. Like, I don't really live near a lot of the people that are closest to me in my life, like my closest friends and family. They all live in different cities. So it's kind of like, it's difficult to do. So I really want to conserve the energy that I have for the people that matter to me. And that's just something that I really have been thinking about a lot. And I wanted to share with you guys. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the next video.